Okay, when I saw that LYS was launching a cream bronzer, I squealed inside, marked it on my calendar, set an alarm, and I bought it immediately because I love LYS. If you guys don't know, I am obsessed with their Triple Fix setting powder. It is my holy grail powder. If you have dry skin, if you have normal skin, oily skin, whatever type of skin, it is the best setting powder ever. It looks undetectable on your skin. It doesn't make you look crepey. It smooths you out, blurs your pores, sets your makeup. It is beautiful. I love it. So I am super intrigued by this brand. I also love the whole aesthetic of this brand. Clean beauty, black owned, very affordable for Sephora. So the No Limits Cream Bronzer Stick is $19 on LYS's website and on Sephora. They have 5 shades available and the shade range looks very inclusive. The lightest shade is the one that I bought. If you have super duper pale skin, use a light hand. I'm not sure if this shade would work for you, but the deepest shade is really nice and rich, so that makes me happy. I love the inclusiveness of the shade range. I do hope that maybe they'll launch more shades in the future, but I'm guessing since it's their initial launch, they just decided to go with the 5. LYS described this as a creamy and insanely pigmented sculpting bronzer that helps naturally shape and define facial features with a second skin-like finish. It's made for all skin types, dry skin, dull skin, and mature skin especially. It's formulated with soothing skincare ingredients. A lot of LYS's products have skincare ingredients like ashwagandha, hyaluronic acid, jojoba oil, those types of things. It has green tea extract to soothe the skin, watermelon seed extract to retain the skin's moisture. It has rosehip oil, which is antioxidant rich, vitamins A, C, E to help reduce the look of dark spots and improve moisture levels. So really great ingredients, clean ingredients, nothing too scary or bad for your skin. You get 0.25 ounces of product or 7.2 grams. And the packaging is almost like a lipstick. It's very standard for cream bronzer sticks. If you're familiar with the M Cosmetics bronzer sticks, the Rare Beauty bronzer sticks, a lot of them come like this. The only difference is this one is in the triangle packaging, which is very typical and, on brand for LYS. You twist it up like so, almost like a lipstick, and it sort of clicks in place every time you make one rotation. And you can retract the product, which is nice. So if you push it up, it's not going to be like stuck. So earlier I tested out this product for the first time. I drew the product directly from the applicator onto the side of my face and started blending it out. I will say that if you're going to do that, be very careful because the product is very pigmented and it's really creamy. So I had to go back in with some of my foundation and concealer just to clean up a little bit because I accidentally blended a little bit too low. That's not the fault of the product, that was my own fault. But it's just something to keep in mind if you are blending it. Be very careful. Don't just go all haphazard because it's very pigmented, so it can get really muddy and get everywhere pretty quickly because it's so emollient. But if you apply a little bit and you really work on blending it where you want it, it's super easy to blend and it just melts into your skin. It looks like skin, and I definitely agree. It literally has a second skin-like appearance. You can't tell where it starts and stops. So on this side of my face, I didn't draw the product on. I took a brush and I patted it on the brush and then tapped it off on the back of my hand just to really work the product into the bristles, and then I applied it on my face. And I felt like that way I had a little bit more control. That's the way I usually like to apply cream products. First, I'll apply the product to a brush and then I'll go in and apply the product to my face. I just feel like it's a little bit easier in that way, but again, applying it directly to your face works perfectly well. It blends so easily, but you just have to be a little bit careful because I feel like you can get too much product doing it that way. So it's really just preference, whatever you prefer. Once it was blended out, I feel like it looked so beautiful, so natural, like I just got back from the beach. So as you can see, it dries down a little bit and it stays in place. It's not like a super oily or slippy, sort of liquidy bronzing formula. It does have more of a skin-like satin finish. It still has a little bit of a glow. It's not completely matte, but it's also not super dewy and wet. So I think it would work for a lot of different skin types, especially if you have normal to dry skin. It feels really moisturizing. But I think if you have oily skin, you could make it work as well if you set it with a bronzing powder or if you just had a more mattifying foundation or base. I love the tone of this one in Motivate. It's a warm bronzy color, but it's not orange. It has more of a yellowy golden undertone, which is really flattering for my skin tone, people with olive undertones. I really enjoy the tone of this product. I swatched it next to some of my other cream bronzers that I own, and the closest shade I found was in my Fenty Beauty Butter Biscuit cream bronzer, except that one is a little bit more neutral pinky, whereas this one is a little bit more on the warm side, but again, it's nothing crazy. It's not super orange or like clown looking. But it's so wonderful. I'll leave a note in the description box how it wears, but first impressions, I am in love. It's one of my favorite cream formulas that I have tried. Just quickly to compare it to some of the other formulas I've tried, compared to the Rare Beauty bronzer sticks, those ones are very beautiful as well. I have a whole video reviewing those, but those ones are a little bit on the stiffer side, and they dry down to more of a matte finish, and they're a little bit harder to blend out. These ones are definitely more of a satin skin-like finish, a little bit more pigmented and more creamy and emollient. The Fenty Beauty compared to this is more sheer and more dewy. This one is more pigmented and again more satiny. The M Cosmetics is very similar to this in that they're both very, very pigmented products, and I feel like the M Cosmetics does have a similar finish to this in that it's not too dewy, but it's not too matte. So if you've tried the M Cosmetics So Soft bronzer sticks and you really like those, I think you would really enjoy this as well. The M Cosmetics, the lightest shade Terra, is way more cool tone. You'll see in my swatches. This one is more warm tone. So in the summertime, if you're looking for something a little bit more warm and that's going to really add health and liveliness to your complexion, whereas as opposed to something that is a little bit more cool tone that's really going to sculpt the face like the M Cosmetics stick, maybe try this one out. I really, really enjoy it. It feels super luxurious, and I'm just really impressed. I have nothing but good things to say about it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little first impressions mini review. Again, I'll leave a note in the description box on how it wears, if I notice it fading off super quick, anything like that. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.